Hey everyone, it's Luke here from LT Gaming and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm taking a look at the top 8 wargames that are coming soon. Now one caveat, this is not an exhaustive list of every wargame that's coming. You can definitely check out these other videos if you'd like to see more games to add to your wish list. But these are a couple of games that have come my way that are upcoming in the wargame space, and also some games that are coming very soon. I think most of that made sense, but look, anyway, there's going to be 8 wargames here for you to add to your wish list if you haven't already. There's some exciting choices on this list, but games like Task Force Admiral and others, they will feature on different videos because they're more long-term projects. There's some exciting choices here, but games like Task Force Admiral and things like that, which are a bit on the longer scale, I've pushed out onto different videos. I've tried to keep this more current, but there were also 2 games that came to my attention that are fairly new, and I can't wait to see them come to fruition. Alright LT gamers, let's jump in. And kicking off the list today, we have Burden of Command, which is a tactical leadership RPG that blends emotionally driven storytelling with historical authenticity. As a company captain in World War II, you must navigate both battlefield strategy and the psychological toll of leadership. The game emphasizes the human side of command, requiring you to make tough moral decisions that affect the lives and trust of your soldiers. Inspired by the camaraderie of Band of Brothers, it focuses on realistic scenarios with choices that shape relationships and your leadership style. With its hex-based approach and emotionally impactful decision-making, this is looking at changing the way that we look at these style of wargames. Now there's one caveat here, this game has been in development for quite some time, and by putting it on the list I'm almost willing it to come out soon. So please get a move on, as everyone wants to get their hands on this. Now there recently was a demo and it did impress, however, we do need to see the finished title soon. Coming up next is Romance of the Three Kingdoms 8 Remake, which revives a beloved historical simulation after 20 years. Set during the Three Kingdoms period, it features the All Officers play mode, letting you play as any of the 800 plus officers in over 55 scenarios. With its blend of 2D and 3D visuals and enhanced features like Destiny and Tales, the game adds new dynamics to the legendary battles and political drama of ancient China. Fans can expect improved graphics, deeper stories, and strategic choices that shape the course of history. And when I say coming soon, I really meant it. It's out on the 24th of October, and I'm really happy to see that it's fully verified for the Steam Deck, a great strategy wargame to play on the go. With its expansive character roster and those scenarios and enhanced visuals and storytelling, this is really one you can't wait on. I know I'm going to pick it up immediately. Moving onwards, we have SGS Battle for Fort Donelson, which is a little bit more for the hardcore wargamer. This one is a tactical turn-based wargame focusing on the pivotal 1862 battle during the US Civil War. Players can lead Union forces under General Grant or defend as the Confederates in this regiment-scale battle. With detailed zone-based maps and hour-long turns, it captures the intense strategy of seizing or defending the crucial forts along the Cumberland River. The gameplay emphasizes careful resource management as replacements are scarce, requiring strategic planning to maintain your force's strength. As with the rest of the SGS series, this has a historically rich tactical gameplay with really cool presentation. It does have cards which people can either give or take, however, the UI and implementation of the system works really well, and I do enjoy the SGS series to this day. I do have access to this title, and I was particularly excited to see a Civil War game, as a lot of the SGS titles have leaned towards World War II at the moment, so this is something fresh and exciting to look forward to. If you're on the fence about the card system, maybe pick up one of their older titles for a little bit cheaper and see what you think. Montezuma has a good scale if you're looking to start out with this series. Otherwise, hit me up in Discord or in the comments, I'm always happy to advise you. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to hit that like button, leave us a comment about what you're thinking, and subscribe to the channel. You can also support LT Gaming by hitting that join button below the video and joining our Discord. Both me and Tom really appreciate all the interaction. Now, I may be breaking the rules of this list with the next title, which is Harpoon Classic 97, being re-released by Microprose on Steam. I would hope they could turn this around fairly quickly though, but I wanted to get the news out to the channel because it's a really exciting title. Harpoon Classic 97 is a naval warfare simulation game rooted in realism, building on the legacy of the original Harpoon. Set in various global theatres like the North Atlantic, Indian Ocean and Mediterranean, players command ships, submarines and aircraft in strategic modern naval combat. The game features 250 scenarios, including 50 new missions and updated displays with a more intuitive interface. Its gameplay emphasises tactical decision making with over 100 weapons available. Redesigned controls and immersive terrain graphics enhance the classic Harpoon experience for both veterans and newcomers. This was announced by Microprose only recently and I'm super excited, so stick it on your wishlist. And hitting the list next is an absolute personal favourite of mine. It's Emperor of the Fading Suns Enhanced Edition. This is an upgraded version of the 1997 4X strategy classic that immerses players in a struggle for control over humanity's known worlds. And while this blends various genres, it does have a strong wargaming element in space and on land. As one of 5 royal houses, you will lead land, air, sea and space forces in strategic battles, all while engaging diplomacy, trading resources and fending off the church and alien races. The Enhanced Edition celebrates its 25th anniversary with improved mechanics and includes tools for modders to create custom maps and campaigns, expanding the game's long-lasting appeal. That deep 4X gameplay with diplomacy and the combined arms tactics make this an absolute classic you have to check out. And if you are impatient, it's actually already available on GOG. The next title for me is somewhat problematic, as I'm a British person who's lived in Ireland most of my life. And that game is Northern Ireland 74, a turn-based strategy title that puts players in command of the British Armed Forces during the height of the Troubles in Northern Ireland. The game emphasises a very interesting hearts and minds approach, with players managing military units, police forces and political sentiment while attempting to balance the demands of both loyalists and nationalists. Players face insurgent forces like the IRA and UVF working to stabilise the region through tactical deployment and strategic decisions. I think the fact that you control the British here is actually very interesting. They were in a very difficult situation, of course, they couldn't win with either side, so this is definitely an interesting way to play a game. It's finally an authentic and in-depth portrayal of the Troubles, and honestly it's a conflict that has a lot of nastiness associated with it. It's a tough one, but I am pleased to see it come to a gaming context. I really enjoy the uniqueness of this title, and the studio has a number of other titles that you can check out and wishlist. Moving onwards, we have the very exciting Strategos, which is a real-time tactics wargame that immerses players in large-scale battles of classical antiquity. With nearly 100 factions and over 200 units, players can recreate both historical and speculative engagements, commanding forces from iconic battles like Issos and Raphia. The game features advanced command and control mechanics that require strategic thinking regarding generals' positioning, morale management and direct combat. Customization options allow players to tailor battles by selecting armies, maps and difficulty levels, providing a rich tactical experience. The total warlike flavour here and the diverse factions and units make this a truly exciting title that you need to wishlist. And then finally there was Sea Power Naval Combat in the Missile Age. Sea Power is a naval combat simulation that places players in charge of NATO and Warsaw Pact forces during the Cold War era, navigating complex modern naval conflicts. Players engage in intense campaigns across theatres including the North Atlantic and Persian Gulf, using advanced weaponry and sensors to secure air and naval supremacy. The game features an exciting dynamic campaign system, over 150 naval units, and advanced real-time combat mechanics with options for pausable controls and a full user scenario editor. And I'm happy to report that I've actually been playing Sea Power and I'm only a few hours in and it's already impressed me. I mean, YouTube is flooded with Let's Plays. I'm not sure on that strategy overall if it was the right thing to do, and now you've some of the small wargaming channels kind of pretending they have access to the game and telling you what to expect. I'm telling you, it's definitely living up to expectations, but it does need some work before it's ready for release, and that release is coming soon. Thankfully, on November 12th, you're all going to be able to enjoy the dynamic campaigns and rich historical scenarios of Sea Power. Now, I'm going to offer you some extra value here. If you are interested in similar titles, now they're a little bit more simplistic than Sea Power, they don't have the 3D view, but I would check out Wargame Design Studios games, War Over the Mideast and War Over Vietnam. I got hold of copies this week and I have to say they're excellent, and I hope to feature them in the future, but definitely go check out their website to look for an alternative. So there we go, LT Gamers, we get to the end of another exciting upcoming Wargames list. And look, I know there's a lot that isn't on this, but it's on our other videos, definitely check those out. I mean, I could do a top 50, there's so many great Wargames on the way, but this is a really focused list to give you some new titles and titles that are looking at an imminent release. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. We really appreciate you here and we love Wargames and Wargamers on this channel. I've been Luke from LT Gaming and I'll catch you on the next one.